What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 1528 podcast. We're doing a Christmas edition. It's a special edition for you all. We're doing a couple of things special tonight, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. The first thing we're doing is you can see what's going on. So you get to see behind the scenes of what happens when we're making this 1528 fire. And then the second part is that we are doing unedited, uncut, no, it's all in one take. So it's all you're just gonna get it all. So here we go. First thing we gotta do is check in. I ain't talked to my boys in this platform as far as been doing the show. We've been off for about a month or so now. So how y'all been doing?
I'm good, man.
Oh man.
I'm glad we do this way so people can understand how professional we are, and that we come in and knock this out pretty quickly because this is what we do.
Nigga, we just burnt an hour.
I know you did.
Not doing shit. What are you talking about?
Doing
but
nothing.
Yeah, once the record button is going,
yes.
You know? I appreciate the fact that I'm not editing, and because of that, the actual alcohol intake is a lot less than normal in these recordings.
Right.
Nobody has a glass in their hand.
No.
Well, BJ finished his right before you said.
Okay.
Oh, he didn't finish it. It's still going. I just appreciate Dre's background right now because it takes me back to New York, and I miss it so much. We weren't able to come back like we wanted to, but I'm just appreciating because the same decorations was up last time we were there. So
all year long,
11 months ago.
All this. Oh wait, I wonder.
We do have the new addition though with the cabinet.
Wait, why you bullshitting? Did 2020 happen because I never took my decorations down?
See,
something happened, nigga.
See, so they got to come down to 2021.
Dang, I heard somebody say, "I bet y'all gonna eat black eyed peas this New Year's Eve."
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe all of this is part of it.
I do my black eyed peas, my greens with a dime in the bottom.
I'm just gonna go sleep.
A dime.
I'm just gonna go sleep.
Let's put some down there.
Let's
put some at the bottom.
What kind of country root shit is that?
Hold on, though. Hold on. I don't know, but if it is country, chill.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Man. All right, man. It's good to be back on here with y'all, man. Yo, wow. And they're gonna get to see it too. It's gonna be fun tonight. But yeah, we just have to be back. We want to stop by right before the holidays and wish you all a happy holiday, and then kind of just come with our four perspectives like we always do. Just give y'all something for when we come back for season 2. So this ain't season 1, this ain't season 2. It's in the middle. Just doing a little special thing for y'all. So let's rock. Our first question for the night is: so what's been going on since the break? Since we came back from the voter registration tour? What's been happening?
Sweet.
Yeah, JT, I'll let you take this one first.
Well, to be honest, just working. Trying to be active and hitting the gym a little bit, social distancing a little bit, but for real, catching up on work, a little reading, started doing a little bit more writing as well. So, life kind of just went back to what it was beforehand. So, same old.
True.
That sounds very not exciting.
Welcome to my life.
Well, since COVID is rearing its head back up, I went back on my COVID hibernation isolation. So I'm in a house. Don't anybody come visit. Don't anybody act like they come to town to do anything because y'all won't see my ass because I'm on my couch and watching TV, and that's about it. Exciting news. Since the trip happened, my company officially got acquired by somebody else. So I am looking to be a free agent at the beginning of the year. So we will see what the future career endeavors bring. But nah, I'm super excited about that. Worked 3.5 years, helped get the company in a place to get acquired. And yeah, they did that shit. So yeah, just excited for the future, whatever that might bring. Take a little time to kind of figure out my next direction. And
California.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ain't nobody say I'm leaving this fucking couch. I said I might be working somewhere different.
Whatever's going to happen on this couch here in Brooklyn.
Hey, they got dad bod strippers, nigga. I mean, if you were to hit the ass out, you know what I'm saying? Fat ass.
How do you know about that, BJ?
have to make extra money. That's how I know about that.
Oh,
First off, let me thank you
to the
for
patron.
saying I have a dad bod and you didn't take it even further.
Oh yeah, I was being nice.
I appreciate that.
I have a father figure.
Father figure.
Nice.
Okay.
What's up, BJ?
For reals with daddy issues.
See, that's why you got to keep. That's why you got to. That's why you got to keep just a little bit of gray, just enough to attract.
Y'all see this halo?
Daddy
Y'all
issues.
see this halo? Y'all see this halo?
What is this? The soul patch.
What? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
That just means you need a lineup. No, I've just been
They're back there now. You know?
If I get a lineup back there, I'm killing the barber.
yes, sir. With a leather wig on. No, I've just been chilling, working. I too kind of been, since it's getting cold and shit and snowy here and there. There are days I don't need. If I'm off 2 days in a row, I might not leave the house for those 2 days at all. I order food in. I just chill, be by myself. After coming back from the trip, took a few weeks off just to. Literally, I was just tired of being around people in general.
Nick,
So I just stayed in the house.
That's
so it was good just to like be in my own space and kind of reacclimate myself to society slowly, so I don't choke somebody else out or somebody out. But it was. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that off air. But.
No, bring it to the altar. Let's go.
No.
Right. People wouldn't know.
Right. But the new job started as far as like the restaurant. They opened up, and I just all that's going well. Bartending and serving. Just chilling, man. That's about it.
Yeah. So if you're ever in Oklahoma, go Never mind. Nobody's ever going to Oklahoma.
Hit me with the prices, right? What the fuck is
that? No whammy.
No whammy.
So I heard this term three-nager, and I was like, it used to be terrible twos, awesome threes, awesome like that. But I guess, it's 2020, get with the times, and it's a three-nager. And I have one because Ducey is off the chain. I feel like every day I have to reacclimate and reintroduce myself. And he has to reintroduce himself. I just don't understand what's going on. We've been doing potty training, and I thought for sure, give me 10 days, I got him. And he was like, hold my beer. And I got to make sure you don't have any beer in his room. But he just, so, when you potty train, you set the timer goes off, he knows, let me go to the potty. Some days, timer goes off, he's looking at me, dancing to the alarm going off. I'm like, what are you doing? Go get on the potty. And then we got to argue about it because three-nagers like to talk back, even though they can barely talk. He's like, I'm like, watch your mouth. I don't even know what he's saying. I know he's saying something smart. And then here's what's funny about it. So Pete, his L words are W's and his F words are B's. All right. So I was standing beside. It's about.
He's ready.
I'm waiting.
He's ready.
Explanation
He's ready.
So I was showing him a picture. So I try to, every night, we say our prayers, read him a story, and then I'm like, okay, I'm Daddy. And I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Cedric Bennett. You know what I'm saying? He knows that. I'm like, how do you? He's like, 3. So then I showed him a picture. I said, who's this? I was standing by some water. And he says, a bitch. I said, boy, what
He
he
ready.
was like, a bitch. And I was like, what are you saying? He pointed to the water. I was like, oh, you're saying a fish. No, I'm saying who's in this picture. He almost gave up the ghost that night. It was like,
he said what he said.
You know what I'm saying?
I was ready to listen. Call the people on me. I don't even care. Call them. Man,
he said what he said.
So it's really taking up. It is what it is. If I'm in the middle of work and the three-nager comes through, you got to deal with the three-nager. You know what I'm saying? If he's thirsty, he wants something to drink. If he's hungry, and I work from home. That's what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
We teach him how to drive. He can go get his own milk.
3-year-old called his father a bitch.
Man, and double down on it.
And double down
Right.
like
He
and,
said,
pointed to the bitch. And pointed to the bitch.
Y'all the instigators get people beat up.
And we'll be in the back laughing.
Like,
You ain't gonna hit the whore.
You ain't gonna hit no.
You're gonna come home tomorrow and be like, hey, sit down. Let's talk about this.
Right.
Nah, that's been cool though. Because you know what, y'all, like, I think when it comes to parenting, a lot of times we parent from principle instead of really, really getting to know your kid. You know what I'm saying? And I really, really feel like I'm really, really getting to know him. And so a lot of times it's just like, what's that?
I said that's how I always try to be too.
Yeah.
You try, what?
He said that's how he always tried to be as well in his parenting.
See, yeah, just hold it down. I'm just trying to set an example. And that's fine. So, there's been a whole bunch of parenting, a whole bunch of, me and mom hanging out and stuff like that. It's been fun though. It's been cool. I ain't gonna know how to act when the world opens back up. I'm gonna be everywhere, everywhere with my teenager.
Well,
I hope this apartment gonna be dusty and fucking cobwebby as fuck once the world open back up. Because I'm out. Straight up.
So okay, so everybody been kind of like just getting back to their homeostasis since the break, since we've been on this break or whatever. So that's cool. So let's jump into the next question then. Since all y'all got, y'all boring. Sitting in the house and I'm bored, in the house and I'm bored, sitting in the house and I'm bored. I don't know. I think it's how it goes.
Quarantine. We supposed to be bored.
Yeah, man, that's
right.
Life. We doing it right.
BJ's to my right. BJ's the most unquarantined.
Nigga over here taking Corona baths in the public pools and shit.
That happened one time, nigga.
Man.
It was a lot of people out that day too.
It was a lot. I was nervous.
Roasted your dumb ass.
I was nervous for your ass.
There was like cases are surging at public pools. BJ was like, cannonball.
First, nigga, I ain't doing like that.
It felt like it.
Cannonball. Yes. Good God.
JT. JT's in time out. Mute that man.
Oh shit! I do got the power to mute people today. This is gonna be awesome,
man. All right. Well, people, let's jump into something a little bit more serious. Maybe, I don't know. We all kind of got the giggles. It's been a minute. So, what does Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa mean to you? I think this. I just gotta say this real quick. I think this question was funny because this boy BJ said, "I want to talk about Kwanzaa."
No.
JT.
That was JT?
Yeah,
my bad. He was like, no, it wasn't me. He said, I want to talk about Kwanzaa for my ancestors. I was like, man, didn't Kwanzaa start in like 1978?
He made his auntie.
Right. He's absolutely. See?
Hold on. I got to look it up, though. I got to look and see when did Kwanzaa really start, though. Hold on.
66.
Yeah. It's 3 years older than we are.
This bottle of liquor is actually older than Kwanzaa.
Right.
Hey, remember KK used to tell the idols they was kicking it with their founders?
I did not. No, don't do that. Like, what?
They were at Nationals kicking it.
What?
In the hotel rooms.
Why was you?
Oh,
yeah, but he said it so disrespectfully. It was awesome.
Oh man,
Who said this?
It was up their probate.
Who has Instagram pictures where they found us?
Right.
Oh, y'all petty.
Oh
Doing
shit.
it for the gram. All right. So what is Christmas? All that, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. None of y'all celebrate Hanukkah, but I don't know why y'all wanted to say that, but it's cool. And how do you relate to it and feel about it? I gotta pick somebody. JT, go.
I went first last time. I'm not doing it.
I don't know why BJ used hand signals like people can't see our video this time. Right. I literally said that's what the chat's for now.
All right, BJ, get to go then. Go ahead, BJ.
Oh, that's what we're doing?
Yeah.
Draw attention to yourself.
Christmas, what Christmas means to me, man. For me, it's more about like just spending time with family, which I don't always get to do because of my work schedules and stuff like that. Being in this industry, the restaurant industry and stuff. A lot of times we might have to work Christmas Eve, be off Christmas, but have to work the day after. So when you live 16 hours away from your family, or even when I was in Ohio, 7 hours away, I'm not making a 14-hour one-day trip to go to Michigan, spend time, and come back and have to be at work. So for me, I make those phone calls, kind of sit around the house, just chill out. But growing up, Christmas is really, we had these Christmas traditions where you woke up, open your presents, did whatever. And then we had like this Christmas breakfast on my grandfather's side where all the family goes to like a hall, if you will. And they have, it was called a Christmas breakfast, but it was all real food. So greens, dumplings, whatever. And then somebody comes and plays Santa Claus. Each family paying them money and each kid gets a gift. You know what I'm saying? So it was something we look forward to. But I would say this, like for us, Christmas was such a long day because we woke up early, open your presents, you got to rush, go to the Christmas breakfast. Then we got to go to Saginaw to go to Granny's house. Then once you're at Granny's house, you got to go to our other grandparents' house and then come back to Flint. And then we had to go to Big Mama's house. So you didn't get to play with your toys until the next day. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just literally gone the entire day. But that's what it was. Spending time with family and understanding what love is.
Gotcha. For me, it's always been about this time of the year, just in general, has been about family, of course, but also reflection. I always like to take this kind of time of the year, and whether it's my work, because I usually get like the last 8 years, I've taken a week of Christmas and New Year's off. So like those 2 years, I would think about, okay, what did I do this year in work and personal life and whatever it might be, and like, how do I want to change that, or what did I do right, what did I do wrong, where do I want to kind of grow in the next year. So it's a lot of just personal reflection for me, but just holidays in general, of course, always been about family. Had a super close, tight family, and I feel like being an outer towner, this was when I got the opportunity more to actually reconnect with my family. So it's really, really, as an adult, been even more strengthened as that time for family, that time for kind of connecting, re-engaging, and then just the like mental aspect of resetting, reevaluating, looking over what happened in the previous year and looking forward to what's coming or what I want, and like mapping out plans for the next year.
Okay.
What Christmas means to me. Christmas means the birth of my Savior, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Jesus is the reason for the season. Honestly, it's what, like, I think somebody already said, it's a lot of reflection goes on this time of year. It's time for family. It's time to, it's a second Thanksgiving in a way. Another reason to come together. And it's the joy aspect of Christmas for me. It's that moment. It's that time of year, those couple of weeks where it doesn't matter what's going on. You feel a little bit better. I love it. Like, outside of it getting darker earlier, like Christmas season is literally one of the best seasons, the best time of the year. And Kwanza's always been pretty cool to me. I've never officially celebrated all the way through. Kwanzaa starts the day after Christmas. It does the principles, and just reminding yourselves and your community of principles that you can live by. And it's not necessarily a religious thing. Well, it's not a religious thing, but it's just different principles where you can adapt into your life and hopefully be a better person for yourself, for your family, for your community. So this whole season right in here is just a lot of reflection and hopefully become better for next year. And Dre, you got your hands up?
Yeah. So why don't you make it through? Do you like have Kwanzaa fatigue, or do you just not like the last couple principles? Like, nah, I ain't fucking.
You know
with
those
that.
last three, bro. I don't quite understand. I don't agree with those.
Right.
No, really, it's just my attention span. Like, I'll be done after a while. Like
This was fun.
I'll post something and I'll be like, cool. I'll read, you know what I'm saying, do a little something. And then probably about day 4, day 5, I'll forget. And, you know. And
So you could never do an elf on the shelf if you were a parent, huh? Because after that second day, this little nigga going in the trash.
Absolutely. Or the mixer.
Back to the
He's going to be
North Pole.
scattered everywhere. Like, yeah, we're good. No, we're not doing that.
One of my friends told her kid that Elf on the Shelf got COVID. That's why he's not here.
Yo, I seen
Excellent.
the craziest one I saw. I might even post it afterwards, but it was where somebody just had like chicken bones in the shape of an elf with a hat, and they said
that.
somebody ate it. I was like, oh damn.
That's so mean.
That's
It had the
trauma.
it had ketchup beside it. That was mean.
That's trauma. That's
Man, how you gonna do that to your kids? That's so fucked up. All right, but
DK.
It was funny.
yeah. So yeah. Sorry to cut you off. I was just curious about that.
Nah, honestly, that's it. You know, we'll get into what we normally do for Christmas in a minute, but you know, but Christmas it's just a good time to reflect. It's the spirit, be happy. You know, just honestly, it's just most wonderful time of the year. You know,
I dig it. Well, for me, it's actually taking on a few different meanings. Just life. You know, life kind of dictates how you're gonna how you approach events that happens in life. And so I know for a minute, growing up probably into my early 20s, it was about presents and being happy and everybody being nice to each other. It just felt good. The air felt different. You just tis the season to be jolly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just what it was. And even though you may not always got the presents that you wanted or whatever, you couldn't buy the presents that you wanted for other people. It was still that feeling that it's Christmas time. It's Christmas. You got the Rudolph and Frosty and Charlie Brown Christmas, and you got the whole. But if you realize what I'm saying, it like ties to your childhood. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like the older I got, Christmas started losing meaning for me because
the magic,
the magic of it started losing it. And then something traumatic happened in my early 20s, and so it was just a thing where it was just like dag, and so I actually had not decorated for Christmas in about 17 years. This year is the first year in almost 20 years I've decorated for Christmas. But I used to depend on my family for this Christmas cheer, and it was void. It's been a void Christmas for years and years and years. Just because I felt like something was missing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a full grown man with almost grown kids, and I was just like, I don't, it's Christmas. Okay, cool. I'm gonna buy you something. You buy me something. I ain't decorating because plus, when you don't live at home, I usually go home the week before Christmas and the week of Christmas, and then I spend New Year's wherever I live. And so, the week before Christmas, I haven't decorated yet. So why would I decorate just to come home and take it down? So wherever I'm going, I depend on them to be decorated. So I didn't decorate my house. And then, just try to depend on them, but it just didn't work. This year, though, I'm actually truly, not just in the slogan, but I'm really, really returning to the reason for the season. It's all about Jesus, man, for real. My faith has been tried so much over these past, it's longer, but these past 2 years, my faith has really been tested. And one thing I know is that, Jesus came to bring a new way of life. And unfortunately, we've been indoctrinated in this country, in this gospel, if you will, of poverty and less than and false humility and all stuff like that. But I don't know Jesus like that. Jesus brought a life of forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? He brought a life where no matter what you've done and where you've been, you can always get back up. It's not that you don't take accountability for what you've done and the decisions that you've made, but you also know that you don't have to live in those things because of the forgiving, power of that Jesus came for that. Another thing too is just as I'm reshaping my beliefs and my thoughts and my spirituality, different things like that. I'm realizing who Jesus really was. Jesus the person, you know what I'm saying? Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. That's because because it wasn't a room. It wasn't because they couldn't afford it. So
Right.
Jesus wasn't poor. Mary and Joseph were not poor people. When he performed his first miracle, it was at a wedding for very rich people. And whether we realize it or not, all the rulers and kings and prosperous people in the Bible were all like great cousins and uncles and granddaddies and grandmamas of Jesus. And so when Jesus was born, he didn't lose his wealth. And so I'm getting to know who Jesus is as a person and how he really came down to show us that you're no different from the poor person, and you're no different from the sick person, and you're no different from anybody else. And no matter where you find yourself and what you're doing, I'm the it for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the turning point I'm the pivot. And so at this point where my faith has been tested so much, and I'm really learning to depend on him for real, is tis the season to realize that a long time ago, man, my Savior was born. And he was born with me in mind, with my 1528 partners in mind, and my family in mind, knowing that one day life was going to hit us in the face hard. And every time we fall, he was there as a safety net to pick us back up, man. So really not honest, I put the tree up and everything. I put the stockings up just because, my son, he's 3. I want him to have that. But I really want to do a nativity scene because really, it really is about Jesus. And I don't really get too big into buying presents. I do because, like I said, culture, my son's not going to just not have nothing for Christmas. But Jesus' birthday is the only birthday you get presents for somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think for this Christmas, I want to really, rededicate, give him something for his birthday and rededicate my life, rededicate my intentions and my, my ways to him, raising my son to him, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the reason, man. And and like I said, this comes from reflection. I'm just really in a reflective mode, right now. And this year, really, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Why do you think, I'm sorry, Trey.
No,
I got it. I didn't write it down, so I need to say it. Why do you think, you said here lately, you are like almost understanding who Jesus was or is to you or just was in history? What do you think was like the shift, or what did you think he was before? How did you view him before recently?
Well, before, he was always unattainable. Here's something that I wasn't. And then even when they described him as a person, I think white evangelicals purposely reimagined for us who Jesus was. And so he was this poor kid, and he was this unattainable creature who, even though he's 100% man, he's 100% God. And, I just really didn't understand. And then I went to church. I was a preacher. I was a teacher. I was all these things in this faith. And so it's constantly in my head who Jesus is. It went from white Jesus to now, okay, Jesus is not white Jesus, it's black Jesus. And then it went to the poor, and this poor Jesus, and then it's Jesus who walk on water, but you can't walk on water. You know what I'm saying? It was just so much in my head about him. But really, and I'm not saying people shouldn't go to church or whatever like that, but it was just me stepping away from the church, stepping away from stuff that I knew and believed, and really just got into my spiritual disciplines and stuff like that, and really just getting to these low points. That's where God meets you for real, and just God, who am I, and who do you make, and who are you? Because the whole thing is, if we're supposed to be His reflection, then who I am is a reflection of who God is too. And we don't really want to hear that because we got this false humility. But He said we made in His likeness and His image, and so Jesus was 40 years old before. Well, actually, he was 33 when he died, but Jesus was like 21 before, and he was 18 before, and he made mistakes before. And, he didn't sin, but he made mistakes, and he made jokes, and he was cool, and he did different things. And then also think about, his life and his family members, you know what I'm saying? Dre, you're really big into finances and stuff, man. You think of one person now who their whole family was rich, and all of a sudden you get to him and he's not rich anymore. It's generational wealth that Jesus had. And that's a whole other aspect that I was never taught about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of came in a revelation. And I think it just really, that's a long way of saying, I just really had to step back and just really seek God and pray and just see, God, who are you? Like who, because people ask that question, if you get 30 minutes, somebody dead or alive, who you want to talk to? Like, I want to talk to Jesus. Like, are we doing this right? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing? What you want us to do out here? So that's what I've been on.
Out here. You had said something and it made me think Christmas is also a time to do inventory. And I when I'm talking about inventory of people who are no longer here, like Christmas is definitely one of those holidays. It's definitely family oriented. So I remember maybe like 2 years ago, I had to step away from the dinner table because I looked around and it wasn't as many people as it used to be.
Man.
And that hit hard. I was like,
Mhm.
it's one of those things. I guess as you get older, your eyes open up more and think, if I'm aging, so are my family members. So, it's this constant thing that's constantly moving, and eventually people move off the board. And, Christmas is definitely, it has its ups and its downs. And so, you said something that kind of sparked it. And I just want to mention that.
Yeah, that's interesting you bring that up because I was about to say something else too that he mentioned. When you said that, it was 17 years for you where you just didn't decorate and stuff. I was the same way. Probably like sporadically I would since I left Kentucky, but it just wasn't something I did. And for me, it was more about what JT just mentioned, about who we lost and whatnot. And it was at times, unbearable thinking about celebrating Christmas without my mom and my dad. So I just was like, nope, nah. But with the growth and with the, talking to professional counselors about it or whatever, and kind of getting more comfortable with it, last year was the first year I really actually decorated. I forgot how hard it was. That's probably why I left this shit up. But that's why I bought all this shit. And that's why in the back, y'all see the two stockings. No, I don't have a girlfriend that I live with or anything. This is my dad, Arnold, and my mom, Margaret. So those are who the stockings are for.
Pay attention.
The disclaimers.
That he live with.
Let's clear the air before we get all kinds of stupid questions. But
and understand they are just friends.
That's real though, Drake. That stopped me when we was doing a little bit of production before, and I said, because I was joking, which I was like, well, I see Dre, but who's the M? And you was like, Mark. I was just like, and it choked me up because I'm at that place too, where it's like, as you get older, you realize life is precious, and you realize how much people mean to you. And then, and it's like when you said that, I was just like, it just like punched me in my gut for a second, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, it's like everybody got quiet for a minute. It was just like
we were joking nonstop, but you can't joke here. Like there's nothing. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but no, I'm back to my decorations now too. And as y'all heard, they're year round. But no, it was just funny that both of y'all kind of said that because that's literally the two things that I was about to say from said's thing.
Yeah, you got to kind of make it your own as you grow up. You make it your own.
Yeah.
Your parents made it for you, and then now you're in your we're all in our parent spot. So you got to make it for you, and then you're you in your parent spot, like you're the age of your parents when you were kids.
But
like, no, I'm not a daddy.
I mean, I got no kids.
Okay, lady listeners, they don't have any kids.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Don't be dragging my name to the
right. Don't be talking about me like that.
That's how rumors started. That's how rumors started.
Kids, knock on wood.
If you don't like me, just say you don't like me. You ain't got to call me no father, nigga.
Putting all types of extra shit on my plate.
No, I'm just saying,
calling me a father.
We're that generation, you know what I'm saying, where it's time for us to make memories for our younger nieces, nephews, mentees, children if you have them, and stuff like that. So just recognizing that, man, it's time to make your memories. Like, what it's gonna be, who lives, who dies, who tells your story.
Well, it's
one per episode. One per episode.
Nice.
Minimum.
But not only making memories, do you guys look at the Christmas time or Christmas season as Christmas and / New Year's as like time to make amends or time to let people go?
Dumping people left and right.
No, I'm just saying it can go either way.
Like, no, I'm just cutting people off. That's it.
So no, it's funny you say that
because people, we are, like you said, we are at our parents' age at a time. And people are leaving every day that are our age.
It's interesting you say that. I saw something yesterday that actually made me think about just the state of our culture in general. Somebody had tweeted or whatnot. This is a good time between now and the beginning of the year to go through and clear out, everything in your life, even your phone. It's and they said, is having receipts in case some bullshit come up more important than cleaning the memories of, or however they put it, but basically getting rid of that bad shit just so you can prove a motherfucker wrong in the future and have receipts, but holding on to all this negativity. And I was like, damn, I never thought about it that way. I dumped my phone anyway just to clear space and shit, but a lot of people will hold on to receipts for 20 motherfucking years.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're literally holding on to a whole bunch of negative shit though.
I feel
Right.
attacked. No,
I'm telling you, when I read the
my
post, I was like,
situation-
damn, I never
my
thought about it
situation
like that.
so- my situation was so tumultuous and so recent. I had to keep receipts. So I do.
Right.
I will go through this year and probably maybe I need to wait till next year. Never know.
You
what's
need-
gonna happen.
Yours is still
Yours
yours
is
ain't
still-
receipts. Yours is still active.
No.
He did court of
Got
law.
one.
Shit, nigga.
No,
Yeah.
someone that
Right, I got evidence. This is evidence.
Right.
Exactly.
No, it's not receipts, it's
Hey.
evidence. It's still evidence.
Exhibit.
But no, someone had posted, and I thought about it like, but if you're one of those people that have to clear people every year, it may not be
It may
people,
be
it may be
you.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta
Yeah.
get rid of all these X, Y, Z's, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, because I'm trying to be blah, blah, blah. Well, why you keep gathering these type of folks throughout the year and then try to, you know,
Can I flip it though? Can I flip it though, JT?
sure.
We should grow every year. So maybe at the beginning of the year or last year, you have people in your life, and then every year you get to a place where a level of people drop off. It don't have to be a slew of people. It may be one person, two people.
Yeah.
I can see
I
that.
have
Now,
a question
if you got to
with
do
that.
a rehaul of your life. If all your friends got to go, then it's like, come on, man.
If you change your whole goddamn wardrobe, you got an issue.
Right.
A couple shirts here and there.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to
Yeah.
lose some weight.
I agree this one, but but I feel you though. That is true though. It's kind of like looking back at yourself. But mine usually starts around because my birthday's in November, so November 2nd. Mine starts there. It's like my new year. It starts there, and then something just happens. I don't plan it. It ain't like it's just something happens. An awakening. Something happens, and then it's just kind of like you start seeing some things you need to change and some different seeds you need to plant, and some stuff you need to pluck up. It's a season to plant. It's a season to pluck up. Let's do it. And so you get there, and then you just gotta take it out, man. But
Hey.
it's just I don't know. Maybe it's because the end of the year. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a time you don't want to take it on with you, even though it's just another day and you're still you in your own world. It's just like, listen, the clock's about to flip, and I want to be on some new stuff. And hopefully as you get older, it's some stuff you can hold on to. You know what I'm saying? Not just for the moment.
But the annoying part about it is think about just like the New Year's Day gym motherfuckers, right? Like you've been going to the gym for the last 3 months, and the next thing you know, New Year's Day is so packed in there you can't even do your same routine. I think the same thing happens every new year. You have your resolutions, you have all these things. People are just trying to be so much better, which is good. I'm not knocking any, but your new year can start on a Thursday in July. Like you have to just decide to be better and work on things. It is not unfortunately, it's like people wait until this season to start thinking.
But there's no magic. There's
been studies that show
magic.
There's been studies that show that people who try to start things on January 1 never follow through with anything.
On a Monday.
Or on a Monday. Like that.
Right.
Yeah, you have to literally just start. Otherwise, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you're doing it more for the show versus for the actual desire.
And that's the thing too. Most of the changes, well, I don't really announce on social media anyway. But like, I feel like if you gotta make an announcement about it, you're not sure about it anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you're online talking about this year, I'm about to, okay. No, you're not.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing it for accountability purposes. Some people really only have their friends on social media. They got about 700 friends or 300 friends. It's just their friends.
Or 5,000.
If you got 5,000, it's like, yeah, But I just feel like, sometimes, you don't need an announcement. You just need to
show and prove.
Just make.
It really just depends on personality, because some people are like, hold me to the fire kind of people. Those people, for them, it's better to announce it because then their friends know, like, all right, they said it. We need to fucking
accountability.
Make sure they do it. Yeah. Some people need that accountability buddy of the entire fucking internet.
I think the more fire you say it with, the more you're gonna probably fail at it. I feel like overcompensation is a sign that you're gonna fail at it, because you try to go so hard. You just like, I'm gonna, and we're gonna, and you like. By February, it's like, well, back on the 3rd, I start.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. That's part of the reason why I don't actually share a lot of my actual to-dos. I'm normally nervous because one, I don't want to fail publicly, right? And be like, oh, I said I was going to start this, because I have announced that I was getting in a new body several times. And I still have this old Addy Plus body.
It's new. You just new pounds.
It's
nigga.
new pounds, right?
Hey, you
It's just
do
new
your
room
work.
in here.
Yeah, I normally just don't share because I don't actually think people give a shit. So I'm
It's
like, I
perfect.
ain't wasting
True.
my breath. But
True.
Right.
the one thing I will share is when I actually like either go on a diet or start eating better, I share that because I do want people to call me out if I'm doing some bullshit. So I think some people are like that towards other parts of their lives, the way that
Yeah.
I am with my diet.
No, don't say shit to me.
Right.
You should eat a hamburger
Mind your
tomorrow.
business.
Right.
Watch what I
Mind
say,
your
nigga.
business.
Shit.
I thought you were supposed to be. I am. Who told you to think? Yourself.
I thought you were supposed to shut the fuck up. That's
Right. When I want your opinion, I give it to you, goddamn it.
No, that's real. I kind of want to stay here a little bit longer, just to see what kind of thoughts are coming out of this, because it's we are at a place of reflection. We're at a place of like growth, and we at this point, like people been saying, I've seen this too. Preachers ain't talking about 2021, the year of da 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 da. Like people
Be
can't wait to see
careful.
what happened. You know what I'm saying? So
Give out in
A
February.
zombie, nigga.
Wait till February till you talk about 2021.
Mhm.
Right.
What's supposed to be coming?
the year of
Man.
we just gonna see.
But no, honestly, but if you truly think about it, dummy.
Man.
like 2020 was was to preach the year of vision. But I do feel
we didn't
like
see
in a
that
way,
shit coming.
no.
It's not clairvoyant,
Here's the thing
but
is,
okay.
what we did see a lot of true colors.
Absolutely.
We did see a lot of our
Mhm.
errors. We did see where we truly were standing. Like 8 years of Barack, and then this fuck up of Trump coming in, and we had see like it showed true colors of a lot of our nation's people.
It really did.
But not just
and-
our people, our systems.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then the loss of life showed us, just how important it is to cherish everybody every single day, because tomorrow's not promised. So it showed us a lot. It was new vision. It was a lot of newness.
Can you imagine? Can you believe people talking about you've been spending too much time around your spouse? We ain't supposed to spend too much time together, so domestic violence goes up, divorce rates go. It's like, wait, hold up, like this person you love and cherish for the rest of your life, for good or for bad, and the pandemic came and it didn't even happen, but you had to be home with them. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Man.
yeah, that's sad. But they did say domestic violence cases did rise.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely sad.
So you get to know your kids, you get to know your spouse, you get to know what your teacher's going through with your bad kids. You get to know.
Man, yo,
Yeah.
after this, if motherfucking educators don't get the biggest pay
Raise.
raises in the world, because
Come
they
on, not
better
my
be-
baby. Like
you
you
matter
know
of
it's your
fact,
baby.
forget after
You know.
this, Christmas
Now.
gifts for educators should be insanely elaborate this year.
For real. I don't know,
For
apple.
real.
Who told you to give me an apple?
A new dry erase board.
You better give me an Apple MacBook.
The apple I want. Throw it back at the kid. This.
Right.
All right, so I would say this, since I'm gonna hijack this shit real quick. Since we're in this space, what did you learn about yourself this year? Like, we're all saying we're being reflective, and like 2020 was rough. It started off great, like we went to see Dre. We was rocking, whatever, and then it was just like we were the highest peak of being in New York and having fun, and then just nosedive, right?
About to be a jerk.
And then everything else, we went on ups and downs, whatever. But what did you learn about yourself this year?
If you could refer back to our previous episode, you'll know that I learned a couple of things. I'm being jerk.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
sure, let's
No.
repeat
What else
something
you
we
found
talked
out?
about already.
But no.
Who's
I mean,
first?
but like all those things, honestly, the nation, our systems, the value of life, health, for one, because this is one of those pandemics that's hitting a lot of people that have a lot of issues, and hopefully it shines light. If it was everybody that was just, it doesn't matter if you're healthy or not, it'd be one thing, but this is picking off people that have respiratory issues, blood pressure issues, all of that stuff. If you have some ailments, then it's going to hurt you. So those are the things that I learned. And also that I love working from home now that I have a system and a desk. Don't necessarily need to go into an office for real. And, yeah.
I definitely learned that I can work from home because I used to despise this shit. Everybody else used to love when we had, oh yeah, you can work from home today. I'm like, nah, I'm coming in the office anyway because I can't focus at home. But now I ain't have a choice. So I've been at home since February because we started early. So yeah, I mean that's pretty easy to do that. But aside from that, I mean, also just learned that shit is just as hard as you make it. But if you want to do something, you can do it. Whatever that might be. I had a whole bunch of just outlandish ideas this year with no idea of how they were going to be executed when I first came up with them. And it was just like, fuck it, do it. We're going to do a whole fucking virtual Alpha Week and it's going to be amazing. And
built that too.
We did that shit. We're going to fucking do an RV trip. And if these niggas say yes, it's going to be amazing. Y'all said yes, we did that shit.
It was amazing.
And it's just like a whole bunch of like shit like that along the way throughout the year. It's just like, all right, as people, we can just do a lot more than we really give ourselves credit for.
For sure. I think if I could kind of, I'm in the same vein with Dre. I think I really learned that I relearned that I'm enough. I'm enough. No matter how I show up, my inefficiencies, my expertise, my faith, my friends, my family. I'm enough. I got enough. Enough to do and accomplish what I need to accomplish in this life. You know what I'm saying? The blessings of the Lord are enough. The favor of the Lord is enough. I don't need superficial friendships or brotherhoods to make me something, or to kind of fluff me up, make me better, or make me enough. The things that God sent me to this earth with, and all the learning and the people He put around me that sculpts me into the man that I'm becoming and the man that I am today is enough. I'm good. Just like Dre just said, like, we're gonna do this, we can do this. Why? Because I'm enough to get it done. I can think, I can articulate, I can network, I can do this. Let's get this done. And I just feel like that for every area of my life. There's no position that I can apply for, that I feel like, oh, I can't do this job. There's no person I can't walk up to that I feel like I can't hold a conversation with. And no undertaking that I can't. There's no insurmountable objects in my way to doing what God called me to do, man. So I'm enough.
Write a book, my nigga. That's what's up.
Man,
I'm
you
enough.
gotta edit it for me.
I'm enough.
Hey,
I'm enough.
I think for me, it was probably learned that sometimes I just have to slow down and take things as it comes. I really don't. I try not to flip out or freak out about much, So, but this year, this year was really difficult at certain points. But I think the fact that even throughout the pandemic, we were able to learn the importance of reshifting the paradigm and just keep going. This podcast was birthed out of the pandemic. We did the RV tour because of the pandemic, or had the opportunity or the time and space to do it. So I'm kind of with you guys as well. Just like, if we set our minds to it, we can actually just get whatever shit done that we want to. And then just, with my niece, I know I talk about her a lot, but like you talk about Ducey and I talk about her because it's like, it gives me something else to, not necessarily live for, but just be better for. Like, she's like just my heart, and just the sweetest thing in the world to me. Like, and she's bad. Like, she's a gangster. Like, she is not like the sweetest baby, but she can be the sweetest baby. So just understanding that.
She's not the sweetest baby, but she can be.
She can be. Like, she has her moments where she'll just lay there or whatever, but it's, I don't know. Maybe that's just kids.
In the genes.
Man.
And at one point this summer, my temper is still can be an issue or a problem. But I keep my way out of those situations.
Did you
But-
think that wasn't the case? What-
I thought I had a rap on it. Honestly.
Mm.
But
There's an
sometimes I
inside
don't.
view and an outside view.
But I also learned that, like, y'all my guys. Like, no matter what, like, we can get a lot of shit accomplished together. So hopefully continue to do that. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. All right. That was cool. So this is our final question.
Mhm.
I kind of want to drag this out because I miss y'all and I miss being on the air. But Dre's like, no. So but no.
Dre should be happy to keep this going because he don't have to edit. So
Right. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna push
this is it's the one episode he don't have to edit. It's going to be a 30-minute episode.
That's neither here nor there.
But feel free to let other questions bounce out of this one. But let's roll with this, y'all. What you normally do for the holidays? Can we go ahead and throw in Thanksgiving too? Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year, since we was been on break.
The holidays.
The holidays, like all these
Happy
last
holidays.
and then is it different now than what you would normally do because of COVID?
For me, it's not, simply because, like I
You work.
kind of spoke before, because of work. Like, my schedule is, December is like one of the busiest months, so there is no normally getting off too much extended time anyway in the restaurant industry. So it really hasn't changed anything for me when it comes down to because of COVID. Now, I will say, like, I am being more careful as far as, like, going around my grandmother. Right now, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I was the reason she got that shit, especially with having asthma and stuff like that. So that's the scary part about it. So I guess, it has changed a little bit. But, I go to the movies. I chill at home, watch movies. And maybe those are some of those days that are very introspective because I normally spend them alone or just go out and have some drinks with friends or whatever. And we, talk about whatever. You know what I'm saying? It really has turned into just another day unless I have the opportunity to go to Michigan and be around watching. So it's just another day. It's a day off. That's what it is.
So, for me, it's been consistent for the past umpteen years. At this point, I've always had a job where one of the lucky ones where I always got the 2 weeks is the week of Christmas and the week following all the way through to the first Monday of January. I was off, and that is the situation now. And so, so I had that, but I still do my drive to Louisville, Christmas Eve, listen to Christmas music all the way there. Well, for the most part, because it'll drive me crazy. And then when I get there, I'm doing nothing but sitting underneath my family, getting my clothes smelling like food. So when I go out to somebody's house, I smell like greens, and that ain't good. So, so yeah, it's been the same. It's been the same. It's like I said earlier, it's just taking inventory of the people who are no longer here. Or not just, not here physically anymore, but also maybe just have moved away. So those things. But, it's sitting around the house, eating food that I ain't got no business eating.
Right.
And watching Charlie Brown Christmas, Rudolph, Red-Nosed Reindeer, all those classics. And for some reason, the soap operas still be on. I noticed because
Charlie Brown.
I'll be sitting there watching Victor Newman with my grandparents.
Hey.
So I think he gone now. I think he died off the show. I don't know. I'll catch up on it when I get home. But yeah, same old. And Christmas hasn't changed for me in a while. It hasn't. So
Yeah. So for me, let me set the mood right. Christmas definitely.
I'm uncomfortable now.
Yeah, you should be. No, but it's definitely different this year. Normally, with the 2 weeks that I take between Christmas, the Christmas week and the New Year's week, I would usually spend at least a week with my brother, and my other brother would come up from Atlanta with his family. So we will all be together for a week. And then I always try to go home for to Cleveland for at least a week, either during Thanksgiving or during Christmas. But I'm not able to do that this year, and that one sucked. Not being able to do that. I know my aunt, who I normally stay with, she hit me up, I think, like a couple of days before Thanksgiving. And when I had to tell her I wasn't coming for Thanksgiving or Christmas because of COVID, she got it and she understands, but she was just like not happy about it. Right. And like that, for me, that's the time where I get to go home and actually hang out with the family. We have a family day in the summer, but it's planned events. It's like, we're here right now. We hang out in the evening. Cool. But during this time, I'm literally just hanging, kicking it. I'm able to go over a cousin's house for half a day and just catch up, or go over to see my aunts and, go ride and see my people and whatnot. And I actually have that free time to do that, where this year I won't have that. So that's going to suck. I am still going to go see my brother in Jersey. Since they moved back up here right before the tour or whatnot. I mean, I'm gonna go get a COVID test tomorrow just to make sure, things are good. Go get a rapid test before I go over there. But I'll probably go over there this week and spend the Christmas holiday with them, and then come back next week for the New Year's holiday. So it's still part of that. Definitely sucks not being able to see my brother in Atlanta and his wife, and my other little niece this year, or any of the family from back home in Cleveland. But got to make the sacrifices we got to make.
You good?
Who?
You?
Yeah, it's just the lights.
Oh, you sound verklempt a little bit.
No.
Okay, cool.
Had to make sure my Santa was showing when we talk about Christmas.
We're here for you.
Yeah, it's definitely different for me, just because usually I go home or to one of my family members' houses. Like I told y'all, previous question, I usually go to somebody's house and let them decorate and be the Christmas joy. But this year, I'm at home. I'm not traveling for the holidays just because I'm gonna follow CDC guidelines. And not gonna do too much traveling because I don't want to. I got a little kid and my mom is here, and I don't want to get them sick or anything. And it's so funny because they're like, oh, the Christmas tree sales are up this year. We wonder why, because of COVID. Like, yeah, because everybody's staying home. Well, more people are staying home instead of traveling for the holidays. But anyway, so usually I'm hanging with family, friends, but I'm just exchanging gifts or whatever like that. This year, and because of COVID, I'm actually at home. Like we talked about before, a lot of reflective time, and then actually getting into the season. Memories with my son. My mom is here. And so, a lot of my friends, have lost parents. And, I look at my mom, I'm just like, man, she's here, and I just want to love on her and just have, just enjoy her being here because, hey, that's where we are, and enjoy my son. And so, yeah, so this year Christmas is going to be different just because I'm more into it than I've ever been before. So, than I've been in a long time. So, Feliz Navidad.
Right. Now, speaking of that, makes me think of one other question for everybody, real quick. What is like your favorite holiday memory? I'll go first to give you guys some time to think. Mine is easy, and I need to say this now and make sure and hope that all of my family is listening. So growing up as a kid, we used to have this horrible holiday tradition where our aunts would make all of the younger kids dress up and put on full Christmas plays. So I'm talking about full outfits, full scripts, uncles walking us through our lines. It was wretched, but it was some of the most amazing memories in the world. But those stopped happening probably right before I went to college. So to all of my aunts, uncles, and older cousins that are listening, we got to bring back those embarrassing ass Christmas plays so that the younger generation has some pictures to look at and say, I can't believe they made me do this shit when I was a kid. because looking at those pictures, I'm gonna see if I can find some too. But looking at those pictures, they are fucking amazing, and they were some of the best visual memories that I have as a kid.
I think I got it, and it's crazy. My best memory. I was living on Broadway in the West End of Louisville, Kentucky, 41st, up in this thing. No, but I got the Nintendo and Tecmo Bowl. Man, we went outside for a quick little snowball fight. Came back in, and we was in front of the game all day. Mom had to pull us off the game to eat and also like that. But then Mama, can Bobby come over so we can all play? Man, we had the some of the neighborhood kids over, my brother, it was all Nintendo, because Nintendo, you know what I'm saying? And plus, I didn't always have all of the updated things, you know what I'm saying? But I actually got a Nintendo when everybody else was getting Nintendo, and the Tecmo Bowl when everybody else had it, and I was playing with the Bills. Like, I'm a low-key Bills fan. I don't tell people this because I don't sound like a bandwagon now because they're doing so well. I've been a Bills fan since Tecmo Bowl. And then, man, that was just a great. I remember too being outside because we had snowball fight for so long. My socks got drenched. My socks were drenched. My pants were drenched. Mom had made us come back in because she was like, "Y'all gonna get pneumonia through my feet." But
and that's crazy now because if my socks get a drop of water now, I'm ready to fucking blow the whole world up.
For real, socks got to come out. They might go in the trash.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so we had a big snowball fight, and we had Tecmo Bowl. Like that. That was like, oh man, yeah. See, I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
I hear it.
I can't honestly say one. I'm serious. While y'all was going through your stories, like I was trying to pick out one, but normally it's okay. It's the best, more so because it's funny, but it's not really the happiest. It was the year that I found my Christmas presents under my mom's bed, and she took half of them joints back.
Because you was snooping.
She did it for real. Nobody ever does it for real.
Yeah, but I found them joints. But the one thing, it was I think it was Nintendo. Yeah, it was Nintendo, but it was the Super Mario Brothers 3. And so I found it on her bed along with some other stuff. And she said, "You know what? You was right here, blah, 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 blah. I'm taking this back." And I was like, oh man, out of everything, I did not want her to send a video game back. And woke up Christmas morning, it was still there, the big 3. So the big three. So I was excited, and that was my game. Like, Nintendo Bowl was cool. I played over at my cousin's house because I was that kid that got stuff last. Like, and any other time, in any other way, like I was never without. Like, but when it came to like the latest gadgets and stuff like that, I think I was probably one of the last people to get a Discman. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really need it, but at the same time, like everybody else had stuff before I did. And so when I finally got those type of things, like it was extremely dope. But that Nintendo, that Super Mario Brothers 3, and the Ninja Turtles, that video game, probably one of the hardest video games. That water world, that water part, but none of y'all. But yeah, that's probably it. When she threatened to take my stuff back.
Did you just act like I ain't no fucking turtles?
Look, everybody don't be on the same level, man. Everybody don't connect.
What year was it that y'all got Dickies? Did y'all get Dickies? I know it's big in Louisville. Was it big in Flint? And then
I'm for sure in Flint.
Negative.
Man, we got
Dickies.
I feel like I was Jodeci, boy. Y'all ain't never wore Dickies?
Yeah, I wore Dickies, but it wasn't something.
It was big.
It wasn't a ritual. No.
It was a big thing. Dickies. It was along with that Dickies, Duckheads, and that whole like when those particular labels were big.
Yeah, I never was like a label. The only reason I wore Dickies was because my grandfather wore them when he was actually doing work.
Yeah,
not
for fashion, right?
No, I got coveralls because we was painting in the motherfuckers. Not because,
no, I got them because of crisscross. That was
right.
it.
We never like indoctrinated Dickies into our fashion like that.
Man, that was cold. You wear them open with a white shirt under it,
and they wasn't. They wasn't warm
almost
enough.
A little bit.
They wasn't warm enough for the Midwest growing up.
When I moved out to
that was
Virginia,
summertime, nigga.
In 05, 06, they was wearing Dickies down. I was like, see, I so behind the time. I was in Virginia Beach, I think I was, and I went to this little club, and them was in there with Dickies on. And I was like, blast from the past. Anyway,
Some things just stick in certain areas.
that's
Like,
crazy.
Now, if I could find some duck
Those are
heads
90s.
and cross colors,
Hey, Carl, can I'll rock that today.
no,
Oh no,
Carl
both of
Canal.
them, Cross Colors and Carl and I, actually releasing new clothes still.
That's what, I'll rock that.
Really?
I'll rock that today.
I could. Carl Canal was a little too flashy, a little too monkey for me.
It just
I
said
couldn't do that.
It just said canal. Like it's just canal.
But it was cursive though. But it was cursive.
It was
Too
cursive.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
It's too much.
It's way too much. It's too much.
Do it in print.
All of the Whooper Whoppers was wearing it, so I couldn't wear it.
Who?
Man.
I think one of my, I don't know if it's like a favorite memory, but it's one that sticks out a lot, is back when my grandfather was still alive and I was really young. Like, we used to do, like, decorating the Christmas tree was an event, right? We went and got the tree,
That was
and
everything.
like everybody went and got it,
Yeah.
bring it home, and then you decorated the tree together as a family. So, grandfather, or even when it was us, me and my mom and whatever, like, you go get all the ornaments out of the attic and bring them down. You check to see which one's broken. Then you kind of get on this, like, somebody has to start, like, fixing the hooks or whatever. Like, there's this whole thing
remember
that
that.
goes along with it. If one bulb was out, the whole
thing
string
was
was out. So you're checking all these bulbs. Like, it.
Kids would never understand the shit we had to
Man.
go through.
And we always had real trees. I am not a fan of fake trees. If you got a fake tree, you don't love Christmas. So go ahead and say that.
Yeah,
First of all,
I am
right.
real trees.
Coming in trying to ether everybody. Get the fuck out of here.
My name out your mouth.
if you love the environment and keep the trees in the ground, you ain't about Christmas.
Is that what it is?
Man.
Anyway, but so we do all that, decorate the tree. My grandfather loved Charlie Brown Christmas. That's what that's on there for. And
You got Linus near you?
oh, yeah, I on the bed. And we actually would, like, pop popcorn. My grandmother would get the needle and thread, string the popcorn, put it on the tree. Like, it was a whole thing. So maybe it was just like that whole tradition. It's like the best thing. And what's crazy is, like we were saying, what JT was saying, take an inventory of people who are gone. Unfortunately, some of those things are lost because people move away, get further away, and, like, some of those traditions are lost because it was like the older statesmen and their family members keeping those things going. And then it seems like once one person goes, part of that your childhood goes with it or with them. So that's what sucks sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely feel like our generation is less nostalgic in that way, and a lot of the stuff that our elders when we were growing up happened, maybe like our younger aunts and uncles or even ourselves really hadn't necessarily been as dedicated to keeping those things alive as we should have been.
My question is this view because we ourselves don't have kids, so therefore it's kind of like, we don't have that initial tug to be extremely Christmassy as our adults were with us?
But I think so, because, like, I don't decorate for Christmas because
no kids around, right?
Like, I mean, there's no, so possibly. So what he's saying is we need to get some good women in our lives to
that's it.
To
I didn't
domesticate us. You didn't say that?
I didn't say that.
That's the cipher right there. Like,
but I think that definitely has something to do with it because I was saying somebody was talking about, like, the elf on the shelf and, like, being outside snowboarding or sledding. I was like, that shit sounds terrible. But she was like, right now, it's cold. I'm not going outside. I'm not doing that.
See, I do any winter sport.
Nigga, it's not a sport, first of all.
I would.
Secondly, but why? But why?
Because
if it's not to see your kids smile. That's the only reason you would
It's
do it now.
fun.
Because I want to smile.
No, yeah, that's it.
Because I got my own smile.
No, we forgot, guys.
I got my own.
BJ doesn't do roller coasters. He doesn't understand.
Oh, that's
thrill,
right.
the excitement.
All right.
He's a little
Is that what
bitch.
it is?
We forgot.
Adrenaline
We gotta
rush.
factor that in.
Damn.
I'm a biche. I'm a biche. Is that what he's that a bitch? All right.
So yeah, but I feel like well, I do know my folks still like get together, like when CBS plays all the little Christmas programs, they still get together and watch it. And like, you know, they'll still watch Christmas music, Christmas music, yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Christmas movies on is AMC still do it or Turner Movie
Turner.
Network, whatever. Yeah.
Mm.
They still do stuff like that, even though I'm not there, which I don't think that should be happening. But nonetheless,
They should just stop watching it.
absolutely.
Retire.
Absolutely. But no, they still do it. But I understand, like, there's no kids to shop for anymore. Like, even my youngest cousins, like, they're past the point. Like, we stopped doing gifts for a while there, especially when I, you know, got in high school. Like, gift giving was done. Like we're not doing that anymore. Like, we come together, eat, whatever. Here's a little money. Here's a little gift card. Maybe some socks or whatever. But big gifts. That was done. But now, there's no kids to even start that back up for right now.
It may be family, period. Like if you had a wife or a fiance and then kids, you know, and it's like, this is in our house, we're doing this.
I'm not doing things in order, said. Like, no, you had to put it like that.
Clearly.
Hey.
Get him in a box.
I'm not doing things in order. Right? Don't subscribe me to your, like,
Kids.
No, I think
and then a jump
I think
off.
when you say that might factor in, because if we had those things, it would be just much more natural for us to feel like, all right, we have to do this.
mhm.
But like for me and my family, even when I was in high school and it was still kids on top of kids under me or whatnot, we would still get together as a family and hang out, but we just actually wouldn't do a lot of the traditional stuff that we did when I was a preteen and shit. So I don't know why that necessarily stopped.
I think BJ is onto something, because I mean, it's true. Because like we said, Christmas is like you being nice to everybody, and it's something about making somebody else smile. Especially when you got that kid who gets their favorite toy or their favorite, you know, whatever. You get to watch them open this gift and, oh, thank you, and their little voices, and you know what I'm saying. So it is something to that where it's like, you know, like when you stop the gift giving, but you know, maybe it's time to pivot. Maybe it's time, you know, I'm trying to bring back to Jesus as much as I can. Maybe it's time to pivot. Maybe it's time to stop thinking about what we do, you know, earthly, and start thinking about what we can do to make Jesus smile. I mean, I say that kind of jokingly, but for real, what can we do what can be a gift to him? I just want to be happy.
I would say I do have one more, and it's kind of crazy. But one day my parents, it was a Christmas, they sat us down and they just broke it down to us and said, look, we weren't able to do a lot this year. Got y'all a few things, whatever, and we're good. And I'm the oldest, so I was going to be good anyway. I've always been that, like, whatever, you know. I hate seeing my parents struggle, and I definitely hate seeing my mother feel bad about something she couldn't do, right? So I was never that bratty kid as far as like try to make her feel bad for something I didn't get, right? But it was just a blessing because one, they were just able to sit us down and have that conversation. And what made it even better, like my brother and my little sister were okay with it as well. You know, and obviously, like my sister got a little more. She's the youngest, and you know, whatever. But it was just like it was good. And I think it was like a weight off of, like we were able to give them a relief, a weight off their shoulders. They didn't. That was a hard conversation for them to have, I think, at first, because you know, unfortunately, sometimes people just do way too much for Christmas. They go into debt for Christmas or whatever. Right. You know, it's ridiculous. And they said, and they said, enough is enough. This is what we can do. This is what we're doing, whatever. And y'all just, pretty much y'all gotta be okay with it. And we were. And I think that was just like a strengthening thing for our family. Like, y'all don't have to break the bank for us to know that y'all love us.
Right.
Get us a couple things here and there if you want to. And now it's like, what do you want? Here, I'll send you a link to something that's $15 or something like that. Like, it really doesn't matter. I'd rather just be able to go home, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
than think about opening something. But
That's real.
that was a real good Christmas. No, I'm
Yeah, my bad.
I mean, I still want to open stuff for the record.
Maybe we need to do a gift exchange. 1528 Secret Santa gift exchange. Who got me this?
Secret New Year. we missed the boat on the
Secret New
Santa.
Year?
Yeah,
we missed the boat on the Santa.
It's all coming to Amazon. I ain't wrapping shit.
Right.
Open
That's
the
your
box.
Better add a fucking gift bag then.
Right.
We probably won't be able to talk to the people again before New Year, and so if you could just give some advice, some parting advice, some words of wisdom that you've kind of garnered over this year of reflection and isolation, if you will, for some people. What kind of words of advice would you give to people saying, hey, from 1528 going into the new year, take this with you?
For me, go back to Granddad. This too shall pass. He's always been able to tell me that and calm me down. Whether angry, whether I'm going through heartbreak, whatever it is, somebody died, he's always let me know this is a part of life. So this pandemic, as crazy it is, it's a part of life. It's a part of our life, right? Everything that we've gone through this year, the ups and the downs, the good and the bad, it's a part of life. And the strong and the blessed just keep their head up and you keep grinding it out. And I say the blessed because some people just can't deal with it emotionally, mentally, and they decide to do other things, Fortunately, God has kept all four of us. And not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually, he's kept nigga. he's kept us. And I think that's something to be said. That's something to something to hold on to. So this too shall pass, and you can get through whatever you need to get through.
Turn to your neighbor and say, for every mountain,
Yeah.
for every valley.
So I have to pull things from a couple of places. BJ remind me of what my grandparents said us, be encouraged. Because a lot of shit does happen and you have a lot of expectations for yourself and sometimes you don't meet them, but you still need to be encouraged that you have another day where you can, possibly do what it is that you're trying to do, and even learn from what you didn't do, or may have fallen short from. And something that you said, Shadris, you are more than enough. You are enough. And even for myself, I recognize I'm about to embark on a couple of new dreams and a whole fucking new life in a way that would be scary for some. And I know my folks is still going to be, very doubtful of some things, but yet I know that I am enough. And I understand that, I made it through this year and I made it through my life so far. Right. So I know that I'm kept and I know that I'll be fine. And, there's absolutely no reason for me to believe that, that God is literally just going to be done with me in a way that I can't move forward into what tomorrow is and what 2021 is. And so I can go in with hope, and, a lot of people have been putting on social media is like, there's no need to list a whole bunch of things you accomplished this year. It's really just all you need to say is that you survived. Because a lot of people did not survive this year. So you got your regular things that happen to people plus COVID, and we can see the numbers for COVID. Just think about all the people, they're not here based off of just regular general stuff that we, that we're not even taking accounting for. And and something that Drave's kind of pulled at is that just do the shit. just do the shit. If you whatever dream it is, man, just simply just start and do this shit one step, and you can see that thing happen. So yeah, all those are things that I personally am taking into 2021, and I would hope that other people would see that as well and know that 2020 was a motherfucker. However, even if 2020, turns 21 and starts drinking, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna be all right. But it's gonna be okay. And so yeah, that's the encouragement corner by Justin Thaxton.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, I kind of got two things. One, kind of following up on that a little bit, is we're better going into 2021 than we were going into 2020 because we've all grown so much. Might not have realized why, but along those lines, one of the things that helped me cope with everything that I've been through in my life, all of the trauma that I've dealt with, from bereavement to scary ass personal health issues and whatnot, was just thinking everything that's happening to me is happening for a reason, and actually taking the time to say, okay, why do I think this is happening? What can I actually learn from that shitty situation to make me better? Right? Don't just sit here and say, all right, 2020 happened, I'm going to go back to normal when this shit is over. No, there's a lesson in everything that we experienced this year. And it's up to us to actually figure out individually, because my growth is not going to be your growth, but individually, what can I take away from all the time that I spent getting to know myself? What can I take away from this? What can I take away from that? And like actually learn and grow from those moments, and try to better ourselves through all of this crazy shit that we experienced this year, because there's a lot in there, but we have to take the time to actually process it, to actually grow from it. So you got that. And then the other thing is, man, life is precious. Life ain't guaranteed. Don't put stuff off until tomorrow. If you have a desire to do something, do it. If you want to try something, try it now, and don't kick it down the can, because shit, this is so unexpected this year. Who knows that we won't have a fucking second mutation of this, like they talking about, is already popping up.
They're already talking about
we ain't
that,
gonna
yeah.
talk about that. But who's to say that it's ever going to go back to normal? If you have an opportunity to do something you want to do, think why we decided to go on the RV tour in the middle of a fucking pandemic was because like that was a now or never situation. Like it would never, the stars would never align that way. So again, if there's something on your mind, if there's something on your heart, if there's something that's burning a hole in your wallet and you want to express it however you express it, like do that shit now, because like people always say carpe diem and that shit, but if 2020 ain't taught you that is real, then you need to do some more reflecting, back to my first point, because just go after what you want and make it happen.
If it's burning a hole in your wallet, give me the money.
Cash App, Sir
Yeah,
Vinny
Cash
J.
$MISTERWAL10.
Right.
I'm gonna say give God another chance. Give God another chance. I think in the progression of time and the heartache that we felt dealing with religion and the confusion that we've had trying to live this life, we tried a lot of different things because we felt like God wasn't working, or he wasn't working fast enough. And our faith has been challenged like no other time. You know what I'm saying? I just want to encourage everybody to try God again, and let him be who he needs to be to you. Because I know we have the universe, I know we have vibes, I know we got sage, we got yoga, we got self-empowerment, we have all these things that we try to use to settle us and ground us and give us some type of enlightenment. But I truly believe that there are some things that are going on, there's some things going to happen in your life that needs to happen in your life. You got to call it by name. It's only going to be through the power of God, man. Your blood circulates through your body in about 45 seconds completely, causing cellular respiration, and everything else. Your body's doing some amazing things to keep you alive and to keep you healthy and to keep you where you should be. Universe ain't doing that. The love you feel in your heart that makes you reach out to people and do good things on this planet. Universe ain't doing that. Look back to God. Look back to God. Look past the people. Look past the offense. Look past the tradition, and just look to God and really go to Him and say something like, God, I don't know how to do this, and I don't always get this right, and I mess up a lot. But if you can help me do your way more than my way, I think I can do something with this. So God, I want to try you again. So I encourage you to just try God again. I'm not trying to push you toward any religion or any philosophical beliefs or anything like that. I just want you to just try God again.
I wanted to joke, but that was such a good, serious moment that I'm just let that ride. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got this one. Cool.
Try Jesus.
Oh, that you did. That was over.
You know I'll do it.
He was like, you got it. That's exactly what was there. I was like, I ain't trying to push you to no particular, but now try G. Yeah. That's what's up.
All right, y'all. Well, listen, I think we're winding down. This has been another great episode of the 1528 podcast, a special edition for the holidays. We hope you're having a happy holiday. We hope you're staying safe and healthy. Those who are experiencing loss in this season, I pray your strength. For those who are changing and your life is changing, your friendship circles are changing and all that, I just pray that you realize that you're enough. So we're about to get up out of here. As much as we don't want to, we want to stay and rock out with y'all all night, but as much as we don't want to, we got to get out of here. And so we're going to have to go ahead and say goodbye. So, what you got the devotion music going on?
What do you do when you done all you can? Hey, you talking about a song that'll get I'm single tears coming every time I hear Stand. You gotta stand in it.
No. Not another second. Not another minute.
Man.
Hey.
Anyway, we gotta get out of here, y'all. It's been fun, y'all.
No, we ain't going nowhere. Stop now. What's up?
Stay on this bitch until 2021.
Right.
No, actually,
we gonna take you through this holidays.
Why you playing? We staying on here another 49 minutes so we can see what superpowers we get on the 21st.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
What is that?
We supposed to get superpowers?
Man,
yeah. The moon and is it Jupiter?
Saturn and Jupiter.
But that line or something?
Yeah, the line.
They're like 6 minutes away from each other.
Yeah. So
what does that mean?
And only us as black people are supposed to get
we
can't be talking about this after said and did the whole go back to God.
We're not bringing that into this conversation. Right. But yeah, let's go ahead and go.
I want to say back to God, but you're gonna get superpowers.
Hey, this would be the year we become mutants, nigga.
Hey,
that's what's up. I ain't tripping as long as I don't want to be deformed, like a little telepathy.
Yeah, I just want a good superpower. I don't want no bullshit.
Man.
Grow your nails, like
right. Like no, I don't want that. Who are return this to?
Let me trade this back.
A gift receipt for this.
You get to make a wish, and then you. That's stupid, man.
Happy holidays, people. I hope you have a wonderful and joyous time. Even if you're not with your loved ones, love yourself. And we appreciate you being here at the 1528 podcast. I am taking over as ending this as host. He's ready to go to sleep.
Clearly.
Hey, this is Sid.
This is BJ. Like he said. Hey, so for people that don't know, we mess this up every time. The outro.
And we
Instead
always
tried to do a plan, and Dre said, "No, fuck that. We're gonna fuck it up like that."
We're giving it to you authentic.
Raw.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Take two. Action.
All right, we gotta go. This is Sid.
This is Dre.
That's JT and I'm BJ.
No.
That's JT.
That's JT and I'm BJ.
Oh, I'm gonna be last.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
Y'all
last.
so petty.
Oh,
yeah, we both was trying to.
Right,
three. Take 3.
Back over the mic and everything. Like
This is the podcast. We out of here. This is Sid.
Dre
BJ.
and JT.
God damn it.
Good night, everybody.
Y'all get the point.
Thanks for
All
watching.
right, Dre, kick the music, man. We got to hear, man.
Whew.
Have that sacrament. Hey. 1792. About to spit them bars in here in a minute. Oh. What was that? Was that Tut? What is that?